Oh yeah, yeah, but it's just that it's going to consolidate probably more than usual. All right, so I think we are live. I don't know if my microphone is working though. Hopefully it is. All right. So we were just talking about Bitcoin. Welcome, welcome everybody. Oh, YouTube. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start going over these charts, but I don't like to go any lower than the 1 hour. Right? I want to get the big picture. I'm not gonna zoom in. We're not scalping, but we want to talk about the market on this beautiful, wacky Wednesday. And I don't need all these indicators to talk about the market with you. I'm gonna leave my moon cycles up though. I love my moon cycles, but we don't need all this extra noise. So let's cut all that out real quick. So let's start off with Bitcoin. All right. So Bitcoin, let's zoom out. Let's get the real big picture on a daily because my girl just told me a second ago before we logged on to go live that she feels like, nah, bro, I don't think we should buy it. It looks bearish. I think it's gonna go lower before it comes back up. So I'm with you. It might come up eventually, but that's just right now what I see is it's gonna go lower, and I understand that. I feel that. So cool. Let's look at it. Let's talk about it. Now, when we zoom out to the daily, something that I just like to always pay attention to is certain patterns, right? Before I get too caught up in anything else, one pattern that just catches my eye immediately that since back here in April, like we haven't seen more than 2 or 3 red candles in a row. Y'all notice that? Like before we try to get super duper technical on everything, keep things as simple as possible. For all those watching me that hasn't traded before, try to keep it as simple as possible. Try to understand these charts like a 10-year-old, right? Just simple. Like if it's going up, it's gonna keep going up. If it's going down, it's gonna keep going down. Like stop trying to do all the extra. Let me pay attention to news. Let me get this indicator. Let me pay for this and that indicator. Like, uh, keep it simple. So one simple thing to take notice is this, one red candle followed by green candles. Two red candles followed by green candles. One, two, three red candles followed by about 7 green candles. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Based off that pattern alone, maybe if this candle does close red following this, shoot, if this pattern continues, I might see about 4 to 7 candles to the upside. And this is on the daily that we're talking about. Each one of these candles represents one day, right? So let's zoom in now. Now that we got to understand that the market is trending up, Bitcoin is trending up. I want you guys that are new to trading to say to yourself, the trend is my friend. Go ahead. Y'all can say it right now while you're listening in. The trend is my friend. If you're new to trading, try not to trade against the trend. Leave the reversals to the experts. Just trade what you see. And sometimes when price is too high up, just give it enough time to come back. Don't try to keep buying. No one should be trading all day, every day, right? Cool. So now that we're zooming in, get the big picture on Bitcoin. One thing I'm noticing here is again, Bitcoin is in the uptrend. How do we know we're in the uptrend? It's creating higher lows and higher highs, higher lows and higher highs. But Dennis, it created a low there. Yeah, that low is still higher. But what about that lower high that it created? You're right. This is something to start paying attention to. Let's draw that out, shall we? There we go. Something like that. Hold on. That really though. I'm trying to do too much. Let me fix this. I don't want it that low. It needs to. Yeah, I do want it that low. I want as many touches as I can get. Right. So that's a little slippage. That's a little slippage. But pretty much that's the trend to the downside. And now let's go ahead and draw this one. Uh-oh, Bitcoin is dipping right now as we see. It might be giving a good position. There we go. So this is like I think it's a fake out. This could be a breakout. If support breaks here on Bitcoin at 79, just about 80K, then yeah, I'll be bearish with y'all. I'll start looking for sales, looking for more downside. But if this holds as support, this is just slippage. I'm gonna wait to see how this candle closes. This candle still has 2 hours and 22 minutes left on it. But I want to see how this candle closes before I make any good moves. And I even told my team here, yeah, let's wait till around 12 o'clock to trade. Because if this candle closes as a wick with a small body, oh, I'm going to be encouraged to buy. The way if it closes as a strong red body, then I'm going to think to sell. So let's let the candle actually close, but we can go over these scenarios. So again, if support holds here, I would like to see Bitcoin get back above 80.7 ish. And I think that's a good area to think about buying. If we get back into this triangle, this could be the fake out to the breakout, you know. But if it continues to hold and trade below, then let's expect more lows. When we zoom into the 1 hour, then this is why my girl just said, "Nah, bro, I can't follow you with this buy. I think I'm gonna short this bad boy." It's because on the 1 hour, Bitcoin did find support here yesterday. It ran up and it peaked, creating a lower high, running into this bearish engulfing and pushing price back down to the floor. So she's like, "Nah, man, I'm not buying it. I'm gonna give it some time. I think it's probably gonna dip before it buys." And I understand why she says that. I give it time too. But really pay attention to this area here at 79.8. See if it holds that support. Because if it does, this could be a beautiful entry. All right, cool. I'm not going any lower than that. Let's go over to Ethereum real quick, see if it confirms what we see with Bitcoin. Let's zoom out to the daily, get the big picture. Now, Ethereum, just like with Bitcoin, is also in an uptrend when you get the big picture. This is bearish currently, right? It's been bearish the last couple of days. But when you get the big picture, we are creating higher lows, right? And even where price is now could be considered a higher low if it holds as support. This, what I drew out, is like a falling wedge, right? So we're gonna see if price gonna break out to the downside. It could continue to be bearish like we see with Bitcoin. But if we break out to the upside, I think that we're gonna see a new high on Ethereum. Not all-time high, just a new recent high. Since our latest one was 2468, I think we can see price even higher than that, provided that support holds here. We have to hold though. We lose support, Ethereum could very well come down here and test 21, 2200 support level again. And then that's what we kind of want to judge and see what's happening there. So it's another one of those things. I got to wait for candles to close to give myself an understanding of which way to go. When I zoom in here on the 4 hour, I do like this support level. I bought this support level yesterday. I made a lot of money when it came up here to resistance. But what I'm noticing is it did create a lower high, right? Lower high and a rejection. And that lower high has led to price dipping back down because it found support here yesterday, came back to my same area of support yesterday. So just like with Bitcoin, I think this could be a floor. I'm looking to buy if support holds. Now I still got another 2 hours and 20 minutes on this candle, so I'm gonna be patient. I'm in no rush, right? I don't have to get the perfect entry. Uh-oh, hold on. Why this haven't closed yet? Ooh, I did not set a daggone stop loss. All right. Anywho, um, yeah, if this bottom holds here, following like 10, 11 o'clock, I think I will re-enter and look for more upside. But if price breaks this support level here at 2270, then Ethereum is bearish and could come back down here to 2200 area before it finds support. So definitely be careful, be on the cautious. We have an evening star pattern here on the 4 hour, which created a lower high. So yeah, I would, like my girl was just saying, she's looking to short it if it doesn't hold the support and not understand why. This was a floor before, there was a floor here, and it's support now. This is where you see me. I'm still slightly bullish if it holds, but I just had to close the trade I took earlier because it didn't hold what I thought. So I'm still waiting. Let's zoom into the 1 hour. I still think I'm gonna get a good buy on Ethereum today, but we're gonna see. So this is the floor that I'm talking about. After we had that hard drop last couple of days, it found this bottom, ran up, peaked here, dropped back down, and we're retesting the floor. If support holds here, I'm taking that same trade I took yesterday. That right there was like 250% for me. So I just lost one trade. I lost 50%. If I get that run up to 250, I make all my money back and some. So I'm all good with it. All right, so that's Ethereum on the 1 hour. Again, guys, this is Wacky Wednesday. We get those times where it kind of lead to a fake move, and then it's the real move. But I tell my people all the time, watch out for the 9 o'clock drop. It's 8:41 right now. It's almost 9 in the morning. So my team don't even take trades until after 10 or 11. Right? We just like to come here and see how the charts work out, but no reason to rush into anything and lose money during the morning chop. All right, cool. But if support holds here, man, hey, y'all, this is 2267 where price is. Our last low was 2255. So yeah, if we holding support at 2260, 2265ish, that's a higher low. And then I will look to see if price can break this up and give me a higher high. So that's only if support holds though, guys. So I'm not re-entering my trade yet. I gotta see a pattern that leads me to be bullish. Because this bearish engulfing lets me know that the bears are in control right now. So let the bears do what they do. We need some type of sign that says the bulls are coming. If you try to buy this right now, what you're doing is you're trying to catch a falling knife. We call it that because you don't know if it's done falling yet. You know what I'm saying? It might not be done. You cut yourself right in the hand trying to catch it. Let the knife fall. Let it hit the ground, right? and then pick it up. Don't try to catch it while it's falling. That's dangerous. Let it hit the floor. Know that it's on the floor, and then you can pick your knife up. So that's what I would suggest here with Ethereum. Let it finish doing whatever it's doing, and when we start seeing bullish signs, when we start seeing bullish rejections from key level of supports, that's when you had a green light to go back into your buy. And be okay with being patient. Like I just said, if Ethereum breaks this recent lower high, then it can create a new higher high at about 25K. There's still a lot of money to be made, even if you don't get this perfect entry down here, right? Even if you wait for price to come back up here to 2320 and give you confidence that we're more bullish for your buy, if we do push on up here to 2462, that's a 6% move. So again, you don't have to rush this to make money. And if we don't get up that high, don't buy it. That way you don't lose no money if it keep dropping. All right, cool. Speaking of keep dropping, let's go over here to Sui real quick, because this has been one of those strong assets that just took off. And some of us thought it was just going to keep going up, but nothing goes up. The market moves in waves. And anytime you see a big move like this, you want to give it time to correct. What I was just talking to the members about before we came on this live call was that if you see a move that pushes up by 15%, you can expect a pullback of 3 to 5%. So let me just show you that real quick. We're buying here at this floor because we buy moon cycles in this area. So I talked to my members. I said, hey, y'all, let's start buying around full moon, right? So they bought it for full moon. They bought it here at like 90 cents. Price peaked at waning crescent. It peaked at $1.41. You're up 56%. So to get you a third of a pullback, it would make sense to pull back about 15 to 20%, right? It makes sense. And then that's where your golden ratio is. So when we look from the peak and we come back to the golden ratio, what's that, 15%? And now this is where I do expect to see SUI begin to start finding support and looking bullish. You know what I mean? I gave it time to cool off. I took profit a little early, but then it peaked. I gave it some time to chill. And now that it's pulled back, if it holds the support level here at $1.21, I think it's time to start buying again. Because I believe that if SUI support holds, it could take off and push it to a new high. So I'm still bullish, right? Still very bullish on SUI. Zooming in here on the 4-hour, we see that correction. Peak, try to find some support here, but it ended up turning into resistance, rejected, found support at the 618, hit its midpoint, came back to the 618, and now if support holds here, that is considered a double bottom. I'll be looking for price to retest the resistance at $1.29. If we can break that, we're retesting the resistance at $1.41. If we can break that, off to the races on SUI. But pay attention to the area that we are at now. It's on both Bitcoin, Ethereum, SUI. We're all at strong supported levels. That if they break, then yes, I'll look for a continuation to the downside. But on this wacky Wednesday, I don't think it's going to break. I think we're going to catch a little volume and a crazy green candle going to come out of nowhere, and it's going to be bullish. But that's just me thinking, guys. Technically, this thing is bearish currently at a support level. That's all it is, right? It's bearish and it's found a support level. But you got to question yourself, because when you trade, you should trade on an if and then basis. Never trade with no absolute, because there's no absolutes in trading. So the if and then basis would be if support holds at $1.21, then I think price could push up to $1.30. If support breaks at $1.21, then I think price might come down to $1.15. So we're waiting right now to see what price is going to do. Is it going to hold support, or is it going to break? And then that's when we make our move. But don't try to predict the market by saying, oh, it got to find support here. It don't got to do nothing. It's going to do what it want to do. And hopefully you follow the right direction, but you can't make the market do anything. So just be patient, wait for confirmations, and then take your trade. For me, the confirmation would be if we actually, oh, I love it. Thank you. For me, the confirmation would be if we actually break support, then all right, we're possibly going down. If support holds, I would need to see a green candle that engulfs one of these red candles, right? I want to see price come back up at least to $1.23 or something to show me that the bulls are now in control. Because at this moment, I don't see any bull signs. And this is just like I said on the last asset, that you're trying to catch a falling knife. All right, so don't try to catch a falling knife. Let it drop. Let it find a bottom on the ground, and then we can pick the knife up simple without cutting ourselves, right? Cool. So that's SUI. We are at a support level, but it needs to hold for us to continue being bulls. If we lose $1.21, then we could possibly see $1.15, and maybe even come on back down here to $1.08, right? Nothing too far fetched. So we did Bitcoin, ETH, and SUI. One that's very strong to keep your eyes on right now is XRP. And if you know me, you are probably laughing at this moment. Be like, I know Dennis is not going over XRP. All right, y'all, go ahead, get ready. He about to talk about sell, sell, sell. But on the contrary, looking at the technicals, I am seeing XRP as a bullish asset. And then when I start thinking about the fundamentals of the current fundamentals, I believe that XRP could very well be a bullish asset. As I read from ChatGPT earlier today, XRP could possibly be one of the strongest coins to move following the Clarity Act announcement. And when I say the strongest asset to move, I'm not saying it's got to be bullish. I'm not saying it got to be bearish. I just say you're going to see some extreme volatility with this asset once this Clarity Act is announced, good or bad. We're going to see a lot of volume come through XRP. So I'm getting prepared for that. I'm starting to buy it up. Yeah, even me, Dennis, is finally buying XRP. I've been talking about XRP since the beginning of my trading career, since my very first time being introduced to XRP and realizing that it was a pre-mined coin, right? This is back when we used to mine, before we got to this proof of stake stuff, back when everything was mineable. It was a pre-mined coin, so it was very disrespectful to a miner like myself to be a pre-mined coin. I never liked it. I always talk trash against it, and I still don't really just love the project. But I'm going to make money where money is to be made. And when I see this support being held here, right, we see this supply zone being held here, and we see the push up, even following the pullback that found support on that same supply zone, we creating another high. So we're kind of consolidating, which is something that XRP is known for. And you know what happens when you break consolidation. I don't know which direction it's going to break, whether it's going to be to the upside or to the downside. But whenever it breaks its consolidation, I'm expecting it to be a big move, right? So if right now, while we're in an uptrend, shoot, let's see if we get that big move to the upside. All right. Now that we are zooming in on this bad boy to the 4 hour, again, we have these lows and higher lows and higher lows. And even where we are now, like I've been saying on a lot of these assets, we're at a floor. It created a floor here yesterday, gave that run up, created a lower high, and gave us a drop. So now is this fall going to lead to more lows, or is this showing us that it's creating a floor? That's the question. So far on all three, Bitcoin, SUI, ETH, and now even XRP. They are both in the various positions. They're at support levels. And you got to question yourself will support hold? See, I'm not going to just keep trading bearish, right? What if this is a key level of support? This was a key level of resistance at one point in time, right? Key level, there was support here, it was resistance here, it was resistance here, there was support for a little bit, then it was resistance again. So this is definitely a key level to pay attention to. Support here, and price is testing the support again. So like I said, and I've been saying, don't try to catch the falling knife. Let the knife fall. And if it's on the floor, if this is the floor, pick it up. We don't know if it's a floor yet. Let the candle close. This 1 hour candle is about to close in another 9 minutes. 8 minutes and 30 seconds, right? If this support level holds when the close of the candle, and then my next 1 hour candle comes out and holds supports and possibly gives me a bullish engulfing, I'll be likely to buy XRP, right? Because it's rejected from a key level of support. And I just showed you multiple reasons why this is a key level to pay attention to. Now, if this key level holds as support, this is where we buy it. A lot of you lose money because you're buying places, you're buying in the middle of nowhere, or you're selling in the middle of nowhere. Wait till price makes it to a support level or a resistance level. Every one of your trades, price should be at SNR, either support or resistance. If you're in the middle of nowhere, you don't see any other levels of support around you, don't buy. All right? It's really that simple. So now that we're at a support level, I'm not saying buy it instantly. We don't know if support is going to hold. Give it some time. Let's see how the candle closes. Let's see how the next candle opens. See how the candle after that opens. You do not have to rush into this trade to make money. Because if you're right, with this being the floor, I think you are going to create a new high. And we could possibly run back up to this 236 that it once was at. If that happens. Again, you don't have to get this perfect entry here on the floor. What if I just waited to buy XRP when it was $1.44, right? It's $1.42 right now. I don't feel comfortable buying it. I don't know if that's the bottom or not. So I'm gonna wait. But if it hits $1.44, that's when I buy it. And price goes up to my $1.54 target. Is that enough money for you? That's 6.6%. And I feel more confident taking the trade at that point. Even if I'm using 20x leverage, I can get 100% on this trade. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So I wait till I get the confirmation that XRP is bullish before I just jump on it. Some of you aggressive traders are going to jump on this. And I'm not going to fault you for it because I do it all the time. I just did it myself. But you have to keep a tight stop loss when you're aggressive, right? So don't be aggressive with high leverage. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be aggressive, the one I just took was on the 25x leverage move. When I take my 100x leverage, it's going to be when I have confidence and confirmations that suggest price to move my direction. I'm not going to try to guess right now that's going to go up. What makes you think it's going up after 4 straight red candles? Nothing. So give me a green candle, something, so then I can feel better about myself. See, like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. What made you bullish when you had those 3 red candles? Nothing, absolutely nothing. But then when you had this bullish engulfing and you noticed there was a morning star pattern at a key level of support, now I got a reason to buy it. And then you see price go up. Right, so just be patient, guys. Wait for you to get a confirmation. Give yourself a reason to buy it. And at this current moment, there's no reasons to buy XRP. Might be in an hour from now, might be 3 or 4. But at this very current moment, there's no reason to buy it. Now, does that mean you should sell it? I don't suggest that either. I just told you we had a support level. Let's wait and see what happens with this level and then make our move. Let's not try to guess the level. Just let the market tell us if it found support or not. All right. Now I'm gonna do a couple of more, then I'm gonna give you guys back today. I only want to do this live for like 30 minutes. I know how people attention spans, die down. So I want to be here all day, but I do know you guys love Soul, and Soul has been on the move. It was consolidating for a while as well. It is finally, for me, broken my downtrend structure. So I had my Fibonacci bearish because Soul was bearish, right? But now that we broke my 236. I'm going to go ahead and delete this field. I don't need that one no more. I'm going to create a new one using my most recent high and my most recent low. I'm not going to use all this old information. I'm going to use my most recent high and my most recent low to create my fields. Now, we're creating fields. I get this all the time. Do you do swing high to swing low or swing low to swing high? It depends, right? But the main way to keep it, keep the process simple is think, I want to retrace where I think price is going, right? If I'm bearish, I'm going to do a swing low to swing high. But because I'm bullish, I'm going to do a swing high to, again, my most previous low. I'm not going all the way to my lowest low because I don't think price is coming back here right now immediately. I'm just going to my previous low. And if we break my previous low and break my structure, then I'm going to turn my Fibonacci's around and look for the downside. But as of right now, this is what my fields look like. And Soul is showing me that since its bottom, full moon, it ran up, found its peak, it rejected, and what do we see here? The golden ratio. Ooh, I love it. I'm rubbing my hands together like baby staring into that mirror, right? This is when I want to buy, but like I've been saying all day, you got to have a sign to buy. So let's zoom in and see if we see any reasons why we could be bullish on Soul. Boom. Does it look bullish? Actually, it kind of looked like if that's a shoulder and that's a head, that could be a shoulder and we could drop. So like I've been saying all day, don't buy this falling knife. We have to see what happens here at this level. 91.7 is a important level. And I didn't make this level up out of nowhere. If you come over here, you see it was support before. Even these wicks, this is support. It pushed up. Price came back. Now this is support still. And if support holds, then I am bullish. Right? This is a higher low. This is a low. This was the high. Gave you another high. If this is a higher low, what am I going to expect from it? A higher high. We're still in the uptrend, guys. We haven't broken the uptrend until price start trading below 87.77. You get under that 382, then yeah, I'm not bullish no more. You know what I mean? But while we here holding support, then if support holds, remember we lived this trading thing on an if and then basis. I'm not saying it will hold. I'm not saying, definitely let's buy it right here because There's nothing showing me that support level will hold yet. So let's zoom in. I just want something to give me a inkling, a feeling. Like, let me know that I can buy and hold this asset. Right now, I don't have it. When it wicked, it made me feel a little bit like it could be bullish, but now it's testing this same support level. So we want to see what happens at this level and go back into our if and then basis. If support holds, then I'm still bullish. If support breaks, right? Because this is a support level here. If this level of support breaks, it's very well possible for price to come down here to this level and even this level before it finds its support. Do I know that it's gonna come down here? Nope. Do I know that it's gonna go up there? Nope. So what am I waiting for? For the market to tell me, right? If it breaks my support level and start trading below it, then I'm gonna think about selling. If it holds its support level and give me some type of reversal pattern, a bullish engulfing, a harami pattern, or y'all know y'all reversals. If not, be sure to read the Candlestick Bible so that you can learn them more. And if you need any help, then you come and join us. Every Tuesday, I go over the Candlestick Bible. I give examples. I show how it works. Right? I try to explain it to you in case you was reading on your own and didn't understand everything. I do explain everything inside the Candlestick Bible to give you a ground basis level of trading. So reach out if you're interested in that. I got you. So anywho, let's wait to see what happens here on Sol. It closes in 45 seconds. Let's let the next hour candle open and close before we make any moves. Now, guys, you notice I haven't gone down to the 15-minute chart because I'm not calling out scalps. The trades that I call, I plan to hold for 12 hours, sometimes 48 hours, right? So I wait for confirmations before I take these trades into consideration. I don't need to buy this right now. I'm gonna wait for it. Even if price comes way back up here and I see those 2 wicks, I'm gonna start thinking that it's creating a supply zone. I'm gonna look to buy it then. So I'd rather buy the 93 than buy this 92, and I'm not sure if support is there or not, right? Buying 93, then that means support did hold. Feel a little more confident buying 93 than buying this 92 with this strong red candle that looked like it could close bearish. So we just closed, guys. Let's watch this next candle. I came to do this whole thing before 9 o'clock just to get you guys prepared for the market, but nothing to give you an exact trade yet. But pay attention to these levels that I've given you guys. Mark these levels. Feel free to chart them. Give alerts to these certain levels, because if they hold, then I'll stick to what I said. I'm bullish, right? If they follow, but if they break, then whoop, look at that right there, right in front of our eyes. If they break, this is the 9 o'clock drop that we typically look for. I'm gonna look for more downside. All right, now, hey, y'all like this? Thank you. Y'all like this information, man? Y'all can always come and join the community. I'm still in the community right now. We'll be finna talk for another like 30 minutes and see if we can find any good moves. And if y'all need a community to come to, we have a WhatsApp and a Discord. I'm gonna try to get Dazzler to leave the SFC down here in the chat, so y'all can check the chat in another 10 hours or so. And I should have links set up for you guys. So I appreciate all of those who are watching me on YouTube. Appreciate y'all for being here. I'm gonna get back to y'all in a little bit. Peace, love, and abundance. I will catch you all on the next call. If I know how to end it, I don't even. I'm trying to end this bad boy. If I could, there you go, end stream. All right, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one.